Good morning, evening, night, whenever you guys are watching. This is the Binkz and Doodle effect, and as always, I am one of your hosts, Binkz, and I am always joined with my good friend, Mr. DrewskiDoodle. How are you this week, Mr. DrewskiDoodle?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I am doing great. We have a lot to talk about with the NFL. A lot of players coming back off the injured list, people going on the injured list. We had a lot happen in the world of football last week. But first and foremost, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Rogue Energy, one of our sponsors here. If you use the code GETLIVID, you'll get 5% off. We recommend getting the starter pack. You get a shaker cup and like 10 different flavors in a small little pack, one pack serving. I'm actually going to try a new flavor from Rogue Energy right now, strawberry kiwi. And Andrew, as my witness, I have been holding on to this, waiting to cold test this on camera, live. So strawberry kiwi Rogue Energy. We're gonna see how this is. You're gonna get my live, actual reaction to this. So if it's bad, I apologize. So here we go, and then
down the hatch. It's a good gulp.
Yo, that's fire, actually. Wait, hold on.
We're leaning towards a thumbs up, people.
Wow. Okay, I'm not just saying this because like they're part of us, but like strawberry kiwi's actually fire. Like that's delicious.
I'll have to look into it now. You got one sale right there.
Wow. Use the code GETLIVID, 5% off. Like I said, we recommend the starter pack unless you want to go all in on tub. I can tell you right now, strawberry kiwi is great, and I know blue raspberry is phenomenal. That was like my favorite beforehand.
I also like blue raspberry a lot.
But yeah, 5% off. Get livid your entire purchase. Throw it in. Send us a tweet. Let us know that you did it. On to the world of baseball real quick. We have the gold gloves that have come out.
Hell yeah!
And Mr. DrewskiDoodle, by all means, take that away.
Yeah, this one big one. Nolan Arenado. 8th Gold Glove, 8th big league season. Congratulations to him.
Congratulations.
It is the longest streak among active players. Also, he is right behind Ichiro, who had 10 consecutive Gold Gloves to start his career, and that is a record. So if he can get 3 more, which Arenado is nowhere near a aging veteran, that's a new record holder right there. And I'm leaning towards that. I think he can do it. That man is one hell of a baseball player.
Absolutely. Good for them. Good for him.
Hell yeah, the Rockies better do something with him, though.
And we still I do know that Jacob deGrom became a finalist for the Cy Young.
He is a finalist, yes.
I don't think he's going to win, though. And you know what?
I don't think so either.
Even the best, he's still the best pitcher in baseball, but not the best can't win every year.
Yeah, especially in a 60-game season.
Yeah, so...
So Trevor Bauer, you're probably going to win. Congrats, but... We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Stranger things have happened. Going over to football, we're going to start with your favorite team in the entire world, Mr. Andrew. The Patriots are struggling.
The fantasy team. Oh.
Patriots are indeed struggling. So we have the Patriots on a drive that would, I think it was going to give them the lead if they scored a touchdown, but at worst case, they would kick the field goal and tie the game.
Yeah.
And Cam Newton fumbles the ball.
Yeah. Isn't that a microcosm of the last 3 weeks? You're going against a division rival in the Bills. That win would have been huge, and you could have taken the lead and probably won the game, and you quite literally let it slip out of your hands. That sucks. I expect nothing from the Patriots anyway. I was happy when Cam Newton started his first game and we balled out, but oh well. We'll see next year.
Listen, I was rooting for the Patriots that game, if we're being honest here. I wanted to see a more competitive division. I mean, it automatically is, but I really wanted to see the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Bills really have like a shootout. I mean, we got to see Tua play his first like full game with the Dolphins.
Yep.
He did all right. I mean, he definitely, he got it. He won. The Dolphins beat the Rams, but Tua looked all right. He nothing spectacular or special to write home about his first win, but it's got to be good to be a Miami fan seeing that and beating a team like the Rams and beating them in the fashion that they did. Miami defense definitely held up on them. And we're actually going to go to the graphic right now of the upsets of the week. The Vikings beat the Packers, which was very surprising. But I mean, it's a divisional game, and you divisional games like that, you really can't always, no matter how bad a team is, you can't go out and say that it's going to be a guaranteed win no matter what. So the Vikings,
it's just an X factor.
Yeah, Vikings beat the Packers 28-22. We have the Bengals, Mr. Joe Burrow.
Slinging.
Another rookie quarterback. The Bengals defeating the Titans 31-20. I actually liked the Bengals in that game. If we were being, before from like a betting standpoint, I actually liked the Bengals. But it's still definitely going to be considered an upset. And then you have the Rams defeating the Dolphins. Sorry, the Dolphins defeating the Rams 28-17. So congratulations to Tua right there. And those are your biggest upsets of the week. Actually, I really thought we were going to be putting the Giants up there against the Bucks.
That was wild. That was absolutely ridiculous. I wasn't actually watching the game, but I kept checking my phone, and I was like, "Hey, when are the Bucks going to score a touchdown?" And then in the end, they squeak by. This is a weird thing with the Bucks. They 1 week they look like they're the best team in the NFL. The next week they struggle against the freaking Giants. I don't get it.
I love all the reactions with Brady slamming his helmet on the ground out of frustration. I mean, he's a competitor. I mean, you say what you want about the man. Brady is always going to be a competitor, and Brady wants to win no matter how old he is, no matter what team he's on. Brady wants to win. And you can see the frustration that he was having against the Giants. It's almost like the Giants are pretty much like his kryptonite. See, I had the Bucks in my survivor pool, and
you were sweating.
I was sweating. I was sweating. I was like, I can't have an easy week ever. Ever.
Not allowed.
I picked the Bucks and was just like, I'm gonna be fine. I don't even have to think about this. I'm not even gonna watch the game. And I didn't even watch the first half. Yeah. And then I looked at the score and I was like, well, shit. Like, what is happening? Why are the Giants up 14-3? So yeah, I definitely sweat. And props to Daniel Jones and the Giants for playing that competitive. I mean,
hanging in there.
Their record does not show how good the Giants actually could be.
Yeah, I completely agree. That team is actually pretty good. If they just got a couple more tweaks and they're good. Mm-hmm. Branching on that though, real quick, did you see? I don't remember who it was. Some analyst said that the Giants should pass on Daniel Jones and try and tank for Trevor Lawrence or another quarterback in the draft, and I think that's the most asinine statement I've ever heard. I
don't agree with that statement.
That man, the Giants have one of the worst offensive lines in football. Daniel Jones's decision making isn't great, but that'll get better. It's only his second season.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I think the Giants actually have a quarterback that could be molded into something great, and I think if he could kind of hone in on his decision making skills, like Daniel Jones threw a pick at a terrible time, and I think it was maybe the fourth quarter, and the Bucks were driving. I mean, if they would have scored, they would have been up 2 possessions, but maybe I don't remember how much time was left, but I'm pretty sure it was the fourth quarter, and he threw a pick pretty much on like the 35, the 40 that would have put them into field goal range to potentially go up 2 possessions. I'm pretty sure at the time, and it was a ball that he should have just threw away. And he didn't. Yep. And if he could just hone in on his decision-making skills, maybe use his legs a little bit more. I would like to see Daniel Jones run more if, something's not there, instead of him trying to always force a pass in. Maybe use his legs and maybe not trip when he has like an 80-yard run.
Yep.
Like he did 2 weeks ago. But
stumble.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily agree with the Giants looking to go after Trevor Lawrence. I don't think they are in need of a quarterback right now. And like you said, it's the second year.
Yeah. Decision making is something you'll learn.
Mm-hmm. That'll come in time. That's a lot with the coaching staff as well. So.
Yep. It'll be all right.
No, absolutely.
Yes. Sticking with quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford on the COVID list. Sucks to be the Lions.
Another one bites the dust.
Bites the dust.
I don't even know who the backup is to the Lions.
Couldn't tell you. I can name like 4 Lions players. To be honest.
However, the Lions are now a good pick to bet against if you're in survivor pools. But take a word of advice from me. I personally do not like. I do not like personally take teams that have a new quarterback or a new coach the first week because anything could happen.
Yeah,
I don't take anything for granted. If you guys are listening and you guys are in survivor pools, I just recommend going against the Jets for the rest of the year.
Yeah, of course.
The Jets are going to go 0-16, so just keep going against the Jets if that's what you guys have been doing.
You can get the Patriots out of the way this week. I never thought I'd have to say get the Patriots out of the way, but you can get them out of the way.
Skeptical. I see. With that though, I say bet against the Jets every week, and I'm skeptical because it's still a divisional game, and the Jets are playing. I mean, the Jets kind of played the Chiefs pretty tight for the most part until they started to break away. But like you also can't compare the Patriots now to the Chiefs. So
no,
and the way the Chiefs have been, the way the Patriots have been playing, it's. You could look at the Jets maybe squeaking out a win, and like I don't know if I was talking to you about it, but like I could definitely see Belichick completely tanking at this point, giving the Jets both wins against them so he can get the number 1 pick and he could draft Lawrence on the Patriots.
That would be a very Belichick move.
Mm-hmm.
But
why would Belichick want Lawrence to go to the Jets?
I'm going to lay in traffic. Like that, I'm just gonna lay in traffic. I can't deal with that emotionally.
Nah, you guys have had 20 years of great football. You guys can suffer for 1 year.
Not against this Jets team. I can't.
On the other side of the spectrum, we have the Steelers, who are still undefeated. They're looking solid. I don't necessarily think they are the best team in the AFC. Even though they are undefeated. They have a phenomenal defense, probably top 3 defense.
Definitely.
I don't necessarily think that they are the best team in the AFC, regardless of being undefeated. I still think that belongs to the Chiefs. But if we want to touch on the Ravens-Steelers game, first of all, it was a phenomenal game, but it's a very controversial decision by the refs. It was about 45 seconds left on the clock. A Steeler goes down in the fourth quarter. Under 2 minutes, and he's like 40 yards behind the line of scrimmage, not moving. The clock is still running. They finally stop the clock with like 9 seconds or so, whatever, 11 seconds.
Yeah.
And they attend to him. They get him off the field, but then they never reset the game clock. You know, realistically, the clock should have been stopped at like as soon as he went down, as soon as the play's over. They see he's hurt. Steelers should have been charged the timeout like they were. They were charged the timeout. But they never reset the game clock, and those 30 seconds in the field position the Ravens were in could have made a huge difference in playmaking and decisions on what they wanted to do. And it's surprising that the refs did not reset the clock. And I feel like everyone watching that game was kind of confused and waiting for the game clock to be reset, and they just never did.
Yeah, I mean, and what happened if for whatever reason the Ravens snap the ball and they get called for offsides, like when he's dead in the backfield? Like I don't know. I don't understand. It was just another case of football refs being garbage.
Yeah, refs deciding games 2020. It's a continuous trend.
Forever.
It will forever be a thing. Realistically, I think the Steelers probably still would have maybe squeaked out that win, even with the extra time. I mean, the Steelers defense was going to come up. But it definitely would have changed, the whole vibe of the final, few seconds of that game. And who knows, the Ravens may have been able to pull that through, but it's kind of strange.
It's just a bad situation.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go now to the NFC, probably one of the bigger stories, though, the brawl between Wims and C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Bro, I popped when I saw that. Like I was watching WWE. Man threw a haymaker. I was like, oh no! Then what's his face? Gardner Johnson just shrugged it off. He was wearing a helmet, but still.
My man took one hit, looked at me, and then he full on swung for a second one. What goes through your mind to full on swing at a helmet? His hand, his hand must have been throbbing. Those were like light punches.
I can't even imagine. Some CTE or something. I don't know why you'd try and punch a helmet.
Ridiculous.
Especially the face mask part. Ugh.
Yeah, he's terrible. But you know what? Props to CJ Gardner-Johnson for like really kind of keeping his cool.
Hanging in there. Yeah, he didn't really go back at him either.
No, I mean, that was definitely a smart play from him. Wims is suspended. I don't know how long. Do we know how long Wims is actually suspended?
I want to say 2 games.
I want to say 2 games.
Yeah. He is... Yeah, 2 games.
2 games? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, 2 games.
And that's, rightfully deserved.
Yeah, I agree. Coming from an avid hockey fan, it wasn't that big a deal. So 2 games is fair.
Other brawls, though, the Gators, the bench is cleared. Going into
love to see it.
Going into college football real quick. The Gators bench is clear. Then it's silly on their part. They were versing Missouri, who is not ranked, and they have to now play Georgia, who is ranked 5th, with now 5 players suspended. And the coach got fined, but you want your full team playing. If you're trying to move up, you're ranked 10 right now as the Gators. You're playing the 5th overall team. You win that, you move up, and you're trying to get back. You're trying to get back into the playoffs. I mean, you got to look at it from the standpoint where Notre Dame is playing Clemson without Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence has COVID. As a big Notre Dame fan myself, I am so thrilled because I pretty much wrote Notre Dame losing that game, which probably would have knocked Notre Dame out of the top 4. Which means they probably wouldn't make the college playoffs. And now that Notre Dame has a big, good shot of beating Clemson. But now let's just say that, Clemson, still beats Notre Dame. If Florida beats Georgia, Florida now potentially could get back into the playoffs, with ranking and everything. So it's just, you got to know the position you're in to not take stupid penalties and not get yourself suspended a week before the biggest game of the year for your school.
And not smart.
No, it's definitely not smart.
But it was a late hit, right, on the quarterback. That's what's.
I'm pretty sure it was a late hit on Trask, and shit hit the fan.
Like
I'm not. Don't quote me. I'm not 100%. I just know that I wasn't watching that game specifically. I just saw pretty much the benches clear. And
I'm pretty sure it was just like a late hit.
I'm pretty confident that that's what the case was. And the coach for the Gators was fined. He came back out. He was trying to, he was waving his hands up, trying to get the crowd going. We just cleared benches. He was trying to get the fans behind him and everything.
Yeah.
He took a fine, and honestly, if I'm the coach there, I'd probably be taking the fine too. You want to keep.
Yeah, absolutely. But as players, you gotta know not to throw punches.
Yeah, it's more on the players' stupidity.
I gotta think like when I'm playing hockey, and if someone touches my goalie too many times, I'm gonna shove him. I'm gonna get him out of there, but I'm not gonna throw punches because that's just gonna screw you over. And it's just like a lack of. It's shown there's a lack of knowledge of that in sports right now.
Yeah, I mean, being within reason. I mean, if they're really messing with your goalie, you're gonna throw hands regardless of the situation. You protect your goalie at all times, but
you do.
You also have to understand the situation. If you were in a situation,
you can do it with a brain.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it smartly.
You don't want to take the suspension, especially a week before
when you have that kind of game coming up. Yeah.
So hopefully, next week we could report that Notre Dame beat Clemson. And,
I don't do college sports. Well, I will support you all the way.
I will be very, very happy if Notre Dame beats Clemson. I would love to see a team I root for win anything, even though Notre Dame they're not going to beat Alabama. I mean, and when Trevor Lawrence comes back, I mean, Notre Dame's not going to win a national championship. We're going to call a spade here. It's not going to. But I still like seeing them play for it. It's exciting. I love Notre Dame. I feel like I am the only person who like really watches college like that way.
Yeah, I don't do college
with with our entire group and everything. So
yeah, I don't like.
Yeah. But going back to football, football. Andrew, how do you feel about the Chargers?
They're dead. You mean the Falcons?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what you can relate them to. 24-3. 24-3. And they blew that.
Sorry, Justin Herbert. I don't know what to say about you, but I do be that way sometimes.
That is almost the equivalent of the Falcons blowing the 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it really is. It's
unbelievable how bad the Chargers have choked, and they have been losing like that all year. Though it's not even like it was just
they really have.
The Chargers are like I said a couple of weeks ago with the Falcons. The Falcons are like one of the best like 3/4 teams, and the Chargers are right there with them. They just can't finish, and that's all in the defense. You can't look at any other way. 24-3 is unacceptable to lose.
You score 30 points in a game, you expect to win.
Exactly. You don't want your defense giving up that as much. I mean, Herbert looks nice though. The kid's good.
He's locked in. He's going to be around for a long time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had the Chargers, and before the season started, I said the Chargers were going to be the worst team in football, and this kid is single-handedly proving me wrong.
Well, even without Herbert, I still think the Jets have that locked up.
I didn't think the Jets were going to be that bad, okay? I really didn't.
When do you think the Jets get rid of Gase? Realistically.
After the season. You
think they just let him run this into the wall?
Yep. I think at this point, firing him right now is just kind of pointless. Let him finish the season. You know you're not going to win a game. Then get rid of him.
Do you think we continue with Darnold?
Yes.
So you don't. So if the Jets have the number 1 pick and Trevor Lawrence goes into the draft,
I really think the Jets do not take Trevor Lawrence, or they trade their pick.
That's an interesting hot take. We're gonna remember
because I could have swore I saw an update on Bleacher Report or something saying I think it was the Jets GM saying that he was saying the problem is Gase and he still sees Sam Darnold as the future. I know I saw that somewhere.
I did see that too, and that to me just says we need a new GM too.
Yeah, but I could definitely, if that continues to be the case, I can definitely see them trading that first overall pick, which they obviously would get something sick back for it. And we're going to be put into that situation because the Jets are going to get that pick. I don't think there's any doubt there right now.
Yeah.
I don't think they take Trevor Lawrence in any scenario.
Wow, that's a hot take right there.
Specifically because of what the GM said.
You guys heard that here first, Mr. DrewskiDoodle. Hot take. Can we trade the number 1 pick for Bill Belichick? I would gladly give up Trevor Lawrence to have Bill Belichick as our head coach and manager, general manager.
That's a take.
Give Bill Belichick whatever role he has in the New England Patriots to the Jets, and I'll give the Patriots the number 1 pick.
Dude, that's a take right there. And,
I would love that, even though it's not possible. Even though it's not possible, but
yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes.
I'm hoping that the Jets do go at Lawrence, and for once actually draft correctly. I don't think I've ever been happy with a Jet draft ever in my life, if we're being honest with you. I can't remember the last time I came out of the draft and said the Jets did good. But
nope, couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you any time I was actually pleased with the Jet draft. Even when we got Mark Sanchez, I was just like, whatever.
Well, look how that turned out.
I mean, he brought us. It was the AFC Championship.
He did take it.
I give more credit to the defense in those 2 years, back-to-back times, because we had like the best defense in the world.
It could happen.
And defense wins championships, but I wasn't thrilled with Mark Sanchez. I definitely was not thrilled with Geno Smith, and I think I've been the most disappointed with the Darnold pick. So
that could happen. I mean, look, the Jets. It's the top 3 most cursed sports franchises are all New York teams. You got the Jets, you got the Knicks, and you got the Mets. It's disgusting.
Listen. Cohen is going to turn.
Yeah, Uncle Steve. You're right. Uncle Stevie's got us.
Don't you dare say that the Mets are still cursed when he's going to clean house, man.
that's still fresh in the brain, okay? We have money.
It is going to happen. But, moving on. We have a key player, for fantasy-wise, who is coming back this week. I know I am thrilled because I have him on my team, but Mr. Christian McCaffrey. How do you think? Do you think he gets a full workload? How do you 80-20 split? I mean, some people are saying 70-30 split. What are we thinking here, Andrew?
So I think he's going to get a full workload for your regular running back. So it's not going to be a Christian McCaffrey workload, but it's still probably going to be like an 80-20 split or something, maybe a little less. But he will put up numbers fantasy-wise probably equal to, say, your bottom half first-round running backs for 1 week, and then he's in the space.
He'll be back. They are versing the Chiefs. So I don't know if that, Chiefs' run defense really isn't that great.
Yeah, and you know what? Even if it was, he catches passes so well. So it's like, what are you gonna do? The Panthers are gonna be nice though.
I'm happy about it
with him back.
I'm definitely happy.
I have him in a different league, so
you definitely start Christian McCaffrey this week, even if he's not 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he is suiting up, you are playing McCaffrey. How do you feel, Andrew, about the committee with Kansas City with Bell and Hilaire? Who do you think is going to pretty much take the role? Because there really isn't no. You still think it's going to be Clyde?
Yeah, I don't think Le'Veon Bell is going to be anything compared to what he used to be. Clyde, I love short running backs, but I do think it's going to stick with Clyde. But at the same time, like they're not. He's not going to be an RB1 fantasy wise, just because of the way the Kansas City offense is situated. The only time it's just a pass heavy offense. I don't know. The starter's going to be Clyde. That's it. That's my decision there. But in terms of fantasy, I don't see Clyde going in the first round again.
That's respectable. I mean, you also got to think Kansas City has so many weapons.
Yeah,
I mean, you have Kelsey Hill. You have you have Hilaire. You have Bell. I mean, you have Hardman. You have Watkins now coming back. I mean, it's not like the Kansas City has to rely on one person. I pretty much thought that Hilaire was going to take the majority of the snaps, and Bell would be more of a red zone running back. Because
I had a similar thought.
Hilaire really hasn't proved to be a red zone running back yet. It's rookie year, but from what we've seen so far, he has been terrible on goal line runs. Where Bell, on the other hand, has more than proven that Bell can run on the goal line. And I expected a little bit more from Bell against the Jets as a revenge game. But he definitely Bell looked the best he has, better than any Jet game he's ever had. So, in my opinion.
I mean, that's not saying much. But he did look pretty.
Yeah, he looked good.
His Jets totals were garbage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think Clyde. I think the starter is definitely going to be Clyde, but it's not going to be like your regular fantasy running back, your high-end fantasy running back.
Unfortunately,
they're going to have the same problem as like the Patriots did years ago, where there's just not enough mouths. There's too many mouths to feed. Again, from specifically a fantasy perspective. In the world of actual football, the team's just disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely. You have so much talent on that team, but fantasy-wise, you're upset that Bell went to Kansas City. I mean, I have
great.
Bell and Hilaire and they're both starting running backs for me in one of my leagues because
actually, you know what? No. You're happy that none of your running backs got hurt. You have one that's actually alive. Okay.
I don't know about all that. I mean, I had to suffer through Christian McCaffrey. I'm still suffering. I've suffered through Barkley in another league.
Maybe not you specifically, but in general.
Yeah. Well,
I'm still salty that I lost Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, and Kenyon Drake in one league.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. That is awful.
Yeah.
Gonna wrap it up with these closing, words right here. The Thursday night game this week, when you guys will be listening. So the Thursday night game will be tonight when you guys are listening. Packers, 49ers. The Packers are favored by 6. Andrew, for the year right now, you are. Let me pull it up real quick. You are 3-5. I will let you go first. I'm 5-3 right now, so I have a nice 2-week lead. But I know who I'm picking, and I'm sorry if I'm going to be taking the same person, same team you are. but I will let you speak first on who you want to take for the Thursday night game.
Not that I think he's that good anyway, but Jimmy G is not playing. I'm taking Green Bay. That's all I have to say about that.
I'm sorry, but I'm taking Green Bay too. Like I'm not trying to like just pick your team,
bro,
but like I'm playing for like
I hear you.
Even if we didn't have a bet, I want to have the best record I can for Thursday night. So
I don't see a way that San Francisco wins that. They don't have Mostert. They don't have Garoppolo. They might not even have Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
That defense can only do so much. They're not going to score. Green Bay's defense is, but they're not going to score.
And you also got to think, Aaron Rodgers just came off a loss, a bad loss.
Yeah, he's going to be
an upset. Aaron Rodgers in his career has never had. I'm pretty sure this is the stat. He's never had two, like bad, upset losses ever back to back in his career. So I think Green Bay is going to be coming out firing, and they're going to destroy the 49ers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, look at the last time, the Green Bay took a bad loss. I think Aaron Rodgers came out and threw like 5 touchdowns in like the first 3 quarters. So I think Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay.
There's also it's minuscule. There's a chance that Lazard comes back for this game. It's tiny, but it could happen. If he comes back, it's even more GG because he's gross too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this game's going to be an absolute blowout.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
But it is Thursday, so you never know.
Anything could happen. But yeah. I think we're going to wrap it up on that one. Do you have any last words here, Mr. DrewskiDoodle, before our outro?
I've been preaching this all year, but once again, I'm just going to remind everybody that the Miami Dolphins are going to win the AFC East.
I actually hope you're right.
I hope you're right. Has been awesome, and they got weapons.
I like the Dolphins. Fun fact, I had a Dolphins jersey as a kid before I've had a Jet jersey. I'm like 99% sure. I saw a
I'm about to buy a Tua jersey.
I would actually wear a Tua jersey. I need to make a list. I want to buy a few jerseys. I've been wanting a Roger jersey for like the longest time in my life. So that's what I want. I definitely want one. I want a Mahomes jersey because like he's one of my favorite quarterbacks. And you know what? I would definitely buy a Tua jersey. I'm a big Tua fan. So a few jerseys I need on my bucket list. If anyone listening wants to go get those for me, I'll send you my information.
Check our wish list.
I'll send you my wish list, and you can send it over to me as a gift. But thank you guys for watching. If you were watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. We upload every Wednesday. We are uploading late again this week, for reasons I am not going to discuss. And
it's a busy time of year.
And please leave a like. It definitely helps out the channel, and we love the support that we have had on YouTube, as is right now. So we thank you for that. But hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications. If you're listening where you listen to podcasts, please leave a 5-star review. We'll give you a shout out if we see it. Binkz and Doodle Effect every Wednesday, 3 p.m. And that's it. Until next time, guys.
Deuces.
Peace out.